So, you've seen DuoFlux and you're wondering what all these knobs actually do. Well, you're in the right place. The interface may look sophisticated, but I promise you it's not. If you look closely, you'll see that the two modules are identical but have different settings. Those are the two modulation engines working together to create unique movement for your sounds. The crossover section is where you adjust how they both play out and affect the signal. Left-right assigns modules 1 and 2 to the left and right signals independently, while mid-side handles the mid and side channels. As you can see, these two modes do not have a dial because they are binary. Meanwhile, low, high, and quiet loud operate on a spectrum and can be adjusted via the dial. Essentially, you are telling the plugin at which point to separate the low from the high or the quiet from the loud. Right at the bottom, you'll see three knobs: dry, wet, and out. By default, dry is set to 0 and wet is 100. These allow for parallel processing, saving you time by letting you blend the effect right within the interface instead of setting up a separate send. See this link icon here? That inversely links the two knobs, essentially making them function like a typical dry, wet knob found in most plugins. Out is a gain knob, allowing you to increase or decrease the final output coming out of the plugin. Now, you might be wondering what these lock buttons are for. You can see several of them across the interface. These serve as your preset change protection. When you select a new preset while a section is locked, those specific settings won't be overwritten. Okay, enough with the basics, let's go to the actual modulation. There are two identical modules, so we'll just focus on one for now. Here, you can select what type of modulation to use. There are 17 different algorithms, so I'll leave those for you to explore. By the way, the options for rate are determined by which type of modulation is selected, so keep that in mind. Here you can adjust the depth and change the modulation shape. Take note that some modulation types, like ensemble, will not have this option. You can also invert the shape by clicking the icon here. Right below, we have width, feed, and character. Width controls the amount of phase offset between the left and right channels. This is disabled for left, right, and mid-side modes, since those are already split. Feed controls the amount of feedback. Character is responsible for adjusting a specific parameter unique to the selected modulation type. For example, if you select chorus, it adjusts the delay time. If a filter is selected, it adjusts the resonance. Moving further down, we find the filter section. Here you have both high-pass and low-pass filters. These are for filtering the effect in or out of certain frequency ranges. Next is the tape section. Here, you'll find sat, wow, flutter, and noise. Sat controls tape style saturation, while wow and flutter simulate classic tape speed fluctuations. Noise simulates various textures like head, scrape, dust, and hiss. If you don't want any of this vintage character, you can simply disable the whole section. Right at the top, we have the toolbar where you can select presets to start with. You can compare two different settings using A, B to see which one clicks, and there are undo, redo buttons as well. On the other side, we have our oversampling settings and the bypass button. Let's listen to some before and after samples.
You wanna hug me, oh, you wanna love me. I can see it in your eyes tonight. You wanna hug me, oh, you wanna love me. I can see it in your eyes tonight.
There are pretty much no stones left unturned at this point, but please feel free to try this for yourself. Get a 15-day fully working trial version at unitedplugins.com.